This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 2004 Ford F250 Crew Cab Short Bed. It is a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's also a Lariat, which is leather, and it's got the FX4 off-road suspension package, which is basically Rancho suspension put on at the factory, although at this point it's probably already been changed out once. It's got a nice lift on it, beautiful set of tires on it. We bought it directly from, it was a Jim Click Nissan trade-in, and when we found it out there, we looked through the glove box and we found invoices for this stuff right here, and that says basically that it got had tires done at Discount Tires in Washington State, 11/26 of 2011. It had, I went to Frontier Ford in Washington and got an oil cooler and oil pressure switch at 155,000 miles. And at 157,000 miles, it was in Tucson, so it drove straight from Washington here. It got 8 injectors, valve cover gaskets, and fuel filters at 157,000 miles. So the only thing I don't see there is the EGR itself, but when they did the oil cooler, it's right there, so they must have looked at it and said it was fine. So, I mean, there's no reason not to change it when you're doing the oil cooler at that point. So anyway, this is a real nice truck. It's got a few cosmetic things. I'm understanding that the rear parking sensors don't work, which is very common and not worth any effort at all. That's what rear view mirrors and turning around are for. I wouldn't spend any money on that. Tire monitors and parking sensors are my least favorite subject. And there's a little bit of a ding right here in this fender, and I think I saw one. Yeah, there's one right there. Right here and right here. Got some beautiful BFG mud terrains. They are, what is the size on this guy? 35, 12.5, 17 LTs. So they are load rated. Real high rubber. Like I said, they've already switched out the Rancho. The Ranchos wouldn't have been big enough for that lift anyhow. It's a nice truck. Somebody spent some serious money on maintaining this. A little bit of a ding there. It's my job to point out the problems, not what's great about it, what's wrong with it. That way, if you buy it and you ship it, you get it and you get at least what you thought you were getting. And usually, almost everyone tells me they get more than they thought they were getting. That is the goal. If we advertise these things accurately, the right vehicle will find the right guy. If it's got a problem, there's some guy out in the world that can fix it. If they're perfect, there's some guy out there who can pay for it. That's the beauty of the internet. We don't have to force anybody into anything that isn't right. Beautiful tires. Oh, those are expensive tires. Actually, the invoice from Discount Tires that was in the glove box said it was $1,400 for the tires. And they look like they're probably at least 80% tread still. Take that, make sure there's nothing behind it. It does have a nice spare. That's a new spare right there. Let's see. Glove box. There's your lift. That looks like it's a 4-inch lift. Let's see what else we got. Light package, tow package. A couple little dings above the tailgate handle. Like I said, this was a dealer trade-in. They can't sell anything. New car dealers can't sell anything with over 100,000 miles or over 10 years old. They can't get financing for their buyers in their used car lots, so they sell them all. It wouldn't matter if this thing was a Bugatti, they would sell it, just because of the financing side of it. A couple little rock chips here and there. I would just get a little white touch-up and probably use 1/10 of it. Touching this thing up. A couple dings in that fender. Not seeing much else. I am also told it's got an Edge programmer. Whoever traded it in probably put it on another car, but the actual monitor for it is not there. It would plug into that. You'd have to find out which one it is and buy one. But that's probably around $200 or $300. My guys did drive it. It is functional. It is working at the moment. There's your Ford stamp on the fender. Let's see. Right between my fingers, I can barely see the Ford stamp on the core support there. You want to see those because then you know nothing's been replaced. There's the Ford stamp right there. And there's the Ford stamp right there on the driver fender. Let's see. What do we got here? Right under here, you can see there's the programmer right there, the Edge programmer. Oil cooler, pressure switch, all the injectors, and then the oil change have been done here. Unlock the doors. This is a nice truck. This is going to be very, very quick. So if you buy this thing, we have an agreed upon price, get your deposit in. Until we have a deposit, it's for sale. It doesn't matter how much talking we do, how much we get along. We have learned our lesson not to hold cars. We've lost a lot of deals on a promise to buy a car that then the person disappears. So no deposit, no deal. Once we have a deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the vehicle at our website at wheelk.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. It's mid-December. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Tucson. And I got a long sleeve shirt on and shorts, and I'm a little warm. It's about 70 right now. Alright, let's see. There's your heated seat. Nothing there. Nothing there. Alright, seat forward. Seat back. Whole seat up. Whole seat down. Rear seat cushion up. Rear seat cushion down. Front seat cushion up. Front seat cushion down. Pretty good shape. A little bit of wear on the outside, but it's not going to punch through it anytime soon. There's not going to be a hole coming soon. Missing that little trim piece of plastic here on the side of the seat. The seats actually look really good. There's a manual, wheel lock, keys, trailer, pigtails, moonroof. I'm told that they took the cats out, the catalytic converter out, so it will not pass smog unless you know what you're doing in your state. If you want it to pass smog, for sure, we can put a cat on it for you. I mean, obviously, people know diesel trucks know why it doesn't have a cat. They perform a lot better. I think we get a cat installed on the truck, a brand new one for $400, and then it'll be shipped to your place, and then you'll just take it off. But like I said, we have to let you know exactly what's going on so that you know. And most people who buy these things know the drill. Out, in, up, down. It's missing the little knob, but it works. Out, in, up, down. Alright? There's that. Back, forward, up, down. Rear seat up, rear seat down. Front seat up, front seat down. A little bit of wear showing here. A little dye work could be done. But actually, it's not like it's going to tear. It's just dye wearing off, which is kind of normal for these. Let's see, you got that. You could use a new steering wheel cover. Somebody had one on there and took it off. Probably went the same place that the gauges went when you unplugged it. Alright, let's try some air, make sure the air works. Plus I could actually use some air because it's actually warm in here. Did I rub that in a little bit? We don't have too many ice storms here. Alright, let's try the roof, make sure that works. That's back. That's forward. adjustable pedals. That works. I'm told that doesn't work, but we're going to try that anyway. It could be user error by my guys. There's tow haul on and off. All right, 163,402 miles. And the guy liked it enough to spend a lot of money. That injector deal he just did at 157,000 miles, where we did all the injectors and the fuel filters and the valve cover gaskets. He spent $3,900, which is way too much on that. I mean, he got killed, but he did it. And then the oil cooler and pressure switch, he spent $1,000 on that, and he spent $1,400 on tires that still have about 80% tread left. All right, let me back up and just make sure that everyone's right about these about the backup sensors not working. Yep, they do not work. Well, let's hold on. Oh yeah, it's stuck in the off position. That means one's either unplugged or one of the sensors is bad. Neither is worth the effort of figuring out. All right, let me put it into four-wheel low. There's four low. Let me tilt the wheel down a little bit. All right, there's four low. Put it in reverse. That's quick too. The actuator's really fast. Four high. Drive. All right, that works fine. Four high. Reverse. Perfect. That's quick too. Now let's put it into two-wheel drive and let's go for a ride. It's on a clear title, so if you come to Tucson to drive it home, all you have to pay is tax and dock fee. Dock fee is $250. Tax is 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if you fly in or drive to Tucson, whatever, to pick this thing up, you're going to pay, so let's say your state tax rate is 3%. You're going to pay a total of 5% tax and a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price, and that's it. We have a shipper that we recommend. We don't arrange shipping, but his name is Fred at Beacon Shipping Logistics. His number is in the middle of our ad. Great guy. His prices are right in the middle, which is where you want to be. You do not want to be the cheapest guy. You'll never see your truck. Ever. That's not how it works. You don't want to be the most expensive guy because that's too expensive. Let's see. What else? This thing is way out of warranty, people. As you know, Ford engineers, like any other manufacturer, set a mile and a year limit because they don't know what's going to happen after that certain point. If they don't know, we don't know. We have no idea what is going to happen to this truck. It's a nice truck. Someone spent a lot of money on it very recently, all within the last, 163, all within the last 6,000 miles. It's been done. So they liked it enough to spend a fortune on it, so it must be a good truck. But who knows? We don't know if it's going to blow up tomorrow. Wow, this thing is quick too. Yeah, this thing is definitely chipped. Yeah, very nice. Very quick. It's got a little bit of wandering steering, but not too bad for a lifted Ford on big tires. They're famous for loose steering boxes, but this isn't too bad. On a 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 5. I think you put factory tires back on and take the lift off, you probably have a 7. When you buy them brand new, you got about an 8. So, anyway, so please make sure you know what you're buying. They're famous for EGRs. That was the only thing that wasn't done, but they were there, so you got to assume, which is dangerous, that they saw the EGR and it looked fine. So, but that being said, that's what they're famous for. It did get the oil cooler done, so that's handled, and brand new injectors. So really, it's pretty safe. But just know what you're buying. If you want to buy a brand new vehicle, if you want to have the free water and the loaner car and the whole bit, go plop down your $50,000 or $55,000 and do that. But assume that you might have to spend a lot, a little bit of the money you're saving on repairs sooner or later. Okay? Thank you very much for your time, and have a great holiday season.